Hello and welcome to the Superintendent Spotlight. I'm Dr. Tim Hanson, Superintendent of the MSD Warren Township School District, and I'm excited to spotlight people and programs in Warren that are having a positive impact on our students, families, and community. I'm excited to be at Pleasant Run today with two outstanding educators, Mrs. Thresh and Mrs. Alvarez, who are second grade teachers in our Dual Language Immersion program. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Could we start off just by having you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your teaching background, both with the dual language and not with the dual language?
My name is Lisa Thresh. I teach second grade on the English side. This is my 21st year of teaching, my 12th in Warren, and my second in the dual language program.
Great.
Hello, I'm Esther. I'm from Spain. This is my third year here in Pleasant Run, which I really appreciate that Mr. Koomler and King gave me this opportunity. And well, I've been teaching Spanish in my country, and now here in Pleasant Run, I'm teaching Spanish in second grade.
Great. So you're both second grade teachers.
Yes.
So when the students come to you, they've been in the program for 2 years. Can you tell me a little bit about what you see them come with, what skills they come with?
This is the fourth year for the students, because
Yes.
the program started in kinder.
Correct.
And well, what I see is that they are having more empathy with those foreign students who come to the school, and because of that, the atmosphere in the classroom is much better, because American students all the time can help. They want to help students.
I love that. So they are working. You see them working together to help each
Yes.
other out.
Especially when we have those newcomers, and there's a lot of kids, even the native English speakers, who will translate for them and help them with the assignments, even on the English side. They just really, like she said, show that empathy towards each other and really include all the newcomers and all the languages that we have. I also see that they start to really do more of the verbal speaking themselves. Those kids who may have been a little bit more shy and a little bit more reserved in speaking in English, they start becoming more comfortable with that, and so then they're being able to talk more in English and in Spanish for the native English speakers.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. You mentioned you teach on the English side.
Yes.
What content do you teach in English, and then what content do you teach in Spanish?
I just do the English language arts and the writing.
Okay.
Yes, I'm teaching them math and the Spanish literacy and science.
Great.
Yeah, but we've got integrated the culture in the program. It is not an independent subject, which is great, because it's the best way that they understand how people act in different countries. So they've got a great advantage.
So you guys are a team. How do you
Yes.
guys work together? Because you share kids throughout
Yes.
the day.
Yeah.
Lots of
What does that partnership look like?
Lots of communication, lots
English?
of yes, most of the time, except for when she starts going off in Spanish and then she realizes. But a lot of communication, working together, sharing ideas on the students, what we notice about them, their strengths, their weaknesses. A lot of times you'll notice a strength in one class and not necessarily in the other, but at least they have that opportunity where they are showing a strength in one area, and then we can build them up in that in the other area. So I think we talk a lot just about students and what we see with those students, planning together, laying out the whole year, the topics that we're going to cover, the things that we're going to do in class, share ideas and resources as far as the technology too. If I teach them how to do one thing, using their iPads, it's easy for her then just to pick it up in the Spanish side or the other side if she does something in her room, and then I can easily pick it up in mine.
What's one benefit that you see your students having? You've both been in teaching for a while. Now that you're teaching in the Dual Language Immersion program, what's one benefit you see students having with this experience?
Well, I think that because they're so young, they don't realize the opportunity that they are having, So in a short future, they really will see, how important is this program and the opportunity that it gives to them to develop in their life, because we are in the 21st century, and businesses need people who are able to speak different languages, and Spanish is the third spoken language in the world. So if you can speak English and Spanish, wow, it's great. The future, for them will be easier to get unemployment. And here in the school, the program is helping them a lot to speak in a way that you can imagine. You have to be in the classroom to see the way that they manage.
Yeah.
I think along with just the global learning and being able to better themselves, I think for those native Spanish speakers, they get to hold on to their culture, where in the past, not that we didn't promote their culture, but now they're learning that language, and we're just showing how important that is and how important their culture is. And it's showing both the native Spanish speakers and the native English speakers. And then also just outside of our classrooms, the kids that are in the monolinguistic classrooms are seeing our kids and they're like, well, we want to learn Spanish, we want to do that, so that's like upping them and showing them how important that is.
Yeah, yes, because sometimes when we are at the recess, and some other students who are not in the program ask me something, my students, what they can to help me to understand them, they translate for me, and wow, you can imagine their face, their smile, because they know that they are helping
skills.
me.
Yep.
You definitely feel a community that's been built here at Pleasant Run, and thank you for your good work.
Thank
You should be very proud of what you're doing here at Pleasant Run. We certainly are, and we look forward to seeing where this goes long term for our students. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am joined now by Kim Park, our Dual Language Immersion and English Learner Coordinator for the district, as well as Travis Koomler, our proud principal of Pleasant Run Elementary. Kim and Travis, thank you for being a part of the spotlight today. I'm excited to learn a little bit more about the Dual Language Immersion program. Kim, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role, both with Dual Language Immersion and English learners.
Yeah, so my name is Kim Park, and I've been in Warren Township for 21 years, and I oversee the Dual Language program here at Pleasant Run, which is currently kindergarten through 3rd grade, and then I also oversee our English learner program that covers our pre-K through 12 buildings.
Great. And Mr. Koomler?
Yeah, I'm Travis Koomler. This is my 4th year as principal here at Pleasant Run. This is my 19th year here in Warren Township.
Great. Mrs. Park, can you tell us what is Dual Language Immersion, or DLI?
So Dual Language is basically a program that focuses on teaching literacy and content in 2 languages. So even, for example, here at Pleasant Run, we have a 2-way program where we have native English and native Spanish speakers within our program, and they spend half their day learning literacy and content in English, and the other part of their day learning it in Spanish.
Great. How long have we had the program here at Pleasant Run?
So our program started in 2016-17 school year. So we started with a group of kindergarten students, and we've slowly been adding a grade level each year.
Okay.
And currently we are in 3rd grade right now.
So you mentioned you've been here 4 years. So ever since you've been here, the Dual Language Immersion program has been here.
Yes.
Okay, great. Mr. Koomler, what are some benefits that you see having the program here in your building, not just for the students that are in Dual Language Immersion, but for the entire school?
Sure. So as you look at those students who are in our program, I think it's really helped support our native English speakers as well as our native Spanish speakers, because they are able to get teaching in both languages. As a community here at Pleasant Run and outside of these walls, it's been very impactful. We have visiting teachers from other countries, Spain, Russia, etc., which has been a wonderful addition to the culture here overall here at Pleasant Run.
Great. So you mentioned you kind of wear 2 hats with the Dual Language Immersion and the EL program. How do those complement each other here in the building?
Yeah, so for one, Pleasant Run, it has the largest EL population of our elementary schools. So Pleasant Run has about 30% English learners, and so Dual Language falls under that umbrella of an English learner program. So it's an asset-based program, because we're showing kids the value of their native language and keeping that going. And that just kind of goes into also them being able to learn English at the same time as well. They're being able to use both of those languages and learning the content and being able to, kind of transfer that throughout their day.
Sure. What's the long-term goal here? So we're starting in kindergarten. We're at third grade now. Where would you like to see the program go, and what's the long-term benefit for a student graduating Warren Central High School as they've gone through the Dual Language Immersion program?
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
I'm excited that they're going to have this tool set that many kids won't have. Graduating is our goal with 2 languages, the biliteracy diploma.
Yep.
I know as a goal of the program is those kids transfer to middle school and to high school. That would be a great opportunity for them.
Yeah, and really there's a lot of research out there that just highlights how important it is for kids to, become bilingual and biliterate. Students in dual language programs show to have a higher academic success, but they also just gain a, more broadened sense of the world and understanding of that. And even as they, kind of go towards graduation, as Travis was saying, is that, they can have something that employers are going to be looking for, because they're going to want employees that are bilingual and biliterate in 2 languages, because there's so many different fields that they could go into with that.
Sure. If we have families that are interested about the program, how can they find out more information?
So I would encourage them to go to our website. We have a direct link on the Pleasant Run and the Warren homepage for our dual language program. Feel free to reach out to myself or Kim as well for additional information.
I'm going to finish with one last question. What are you most proud of with the program up to this point?
I am most proud as principal just seeing our kids grow. The love for the program from our families. It's been very popular. Each year we've had a wait list. Luckily we've been able to fulfill those over the course of the last several years. And now we have students who are in our 3rd grade cohort. They have siblings, and those
great.
Parents want their kindergartner in the program as well. So it's just been great to see. I think overall as a staff, it's been helped us grow together, welcoming new staff members to our team and learning from them as well.
I think for me, it's looking at, I think because I've been part of the English learner program for so long, I think I kind of lean a little bit more towards just looking at that population of students. And I think for me, it's just being able to see those students just thrive and grow. Oftentimes when I visit other buildings, I see those students kind of sitting quietly in class and not participating. But when I go into the dual language classrooms, they're, participating, they're engaged fully. And it doesn't matter which side of the classroom they're on in their day. But also too, in regards to our families, many times our English learner students tend to lose their language, and so they lose the ability to communicate with their families. And I think we've seen a lot of families encourage that, their children are able to read and speak to them and, communicate with them. And that to me is just awesome to see that encouragement.
I love it. I love it. I know this requires extra work on both your parts, and I just want to commend you for building such a great community at Pleasant Run. I'm excited to see it grow throughout the district. So just thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Gracias. As you can see, our Dual Language Immersion program here at Pleasant Run provides incredible experiences for our students, staff, and families. Thank you for watching this session. Our next Superintendent Spotlight will focus on our college and career programs throughout Warren Township.